Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV. It's time for the grand final. I just did a massive intro with the sound all switched off, and I'm sure the Twitch chat will start going mad in just a moment, saying there's no sound, doesn't matter. This is the grand final, and it is a fresh-looking grand final. Tainted Minds going up against Untitled Spreadsheet. That's right, if you've just joined us, the Cheifs Esports Club, the reigning kings, have been toppled by the Tainted Minds in the semi-final, and we had it here live on GameStar TV for you to watch. My name is Chrisis, and I'm joined in the studio by a cast of thousands. We'll introduce the first of them. Good evening, Byza. How's it going, mate?
Oh, I'm getting a real sense of deja vu right here, Chrisis. I'll tell you that. Well, a big shout out to you, mate, doing a production and casting off the one PC tonight. Stretched thin, but prompts to you, mate. It's looking good out there. Look, I haven't seen all of it. I've just come back, but what I do see is the new entrance of Tainted Minds. Well, like we were saying before, we're not sure who they were called before, but this is the first time we see them under the org name Tainted Minds. But now we see them, their first opportunity going into a grand final up against Untitled Spreadsheet. Now, they were here last week, Chrisis, but they lost to the Cheifs. Cheifs are not here, so it's a completely different story and play a game. Maybe they're in with a chance.
Well, let me just say that if they're thinking they might have an easier road because their old foes, the Cheifs, are not available, they are in for a bit of a shock. They wouldn't have caught any of the game between the Tainted Minds and the Cheifs because, of course, they only just finished their own semi-final now, about 5 minutes ago. But goodness me, Tainted Minds have the death ball absolutely down pat. Now, we didn't really talk about it, but Byza, you're not actually casting in the grand final, are you? You're just sort of popping in and saying hello and doing some tweeting and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm just doing behind the scenes stuff to keep everyone going. But hey, if you need a person, I'm here. I can give you a little bit of love.
No, it's all good. So our analyst today, of course, from GameStar is bobbyJ. He's seated 12th in GameStar, just so you all know. And yeah, Bobby, what are you anticipating out of Tainted Minds versus Untitled Spreadsheet?
Well, I'm going to go with Untitled Spreadsheet because they've got the better track record, and I think they deserve a win here. They've been back-to-back grand finals throughout the past week, so it'd be good to see them get up, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm sure other people have opinions, so well, let's see what happens.
All right, and of course we're joined for expert inputs as well by Mix05, who's been doing great work throughout the evening. Mix05, we've had one person pick Untitled to win. What's your sense of how this match is going to go?
I haven't seen a lot of Untitled, so I think I'll back Tainted here since I've been watching them on stream.
Alrighty, so we got one each for the analysts. I'm not going to jinx anything. We'll leave it at that. We'll see who's going to be right at the end of it. No Shoutcasters cursed tonight. Tainted Minds are on attack right now on the King's Row, and this is what they did before. Untitled is on attack here on King's Row. They're trying the flanking maneuver. Chapo's isolated, but he's got his shield still up, so he's going to be feeling pretty sweet up there. Meanwhile, the Mercy, Elmo, who got MVP beforehand. A great shot that comes through from Razes. In fact, a double from Razes, getting the final clear out. And Mix05 will be pleased that there is a Black Widow.
I was actually super worried how he was going to make that work, but everyone was so funneled in that room that he just came to the side. He actually picked like 4 people off.
So great play carried from Razes on the Widowmaker. I called her Black Widow before. Not quite correct. And there she goes, getting taken down, and that's why I can't watch her anymore. So the points being capped, the payload's on its way here on King's Row, and We're not even at the bookshop just yet with the boys in blue, the Tainted Minds, holding the choke point as just before the boys in red, Untitled Spreadsheet, get themselves together and get their push on. No resistance though at this point. A great ulti that comes through from the Reinhardt, followed up Mosh with a great pin as well. He picks up a double. In fact, is that a triple that's come through? A huge carry by Mosh on attack as the Reinhardt leading from the front and not just being a meat shield. Razes pushes forward now. And bobbyJ, Untitled right now, dominating the passage of play.
Well, we just saw Mosh just pretty much ult an entire team like an animal, so when you got a Reinhardt ult in the other team, not really much else you can say about it.
The high noon gets calls, the pick-off doesn't happen as Razes now gets cleared out. A huge push coming through from Tainted Minds, and we are sure to see this as a trademark for them. It stopped before the railing, before the barrier. Check. My ultimate is charging. Call it that. So that was a good push that comes through from Tainted Minds on defense, bobbyJ.
They usually do that, Chrisis. I'm sorry, I'm watching here and I feel like chiming in here. That middle section of joint point, usually the defensive team lets it go and they hold this point. The attacking team usually gets in, but this time done well to hold them off.
Yeah, in comes Untitled Spreadsheet, a flashbang on the Reinhardt, stops him dead, but the Zarya ult combined, it's just an absolute massive combo that goes down from the boys in red, and Untitled Spreadsheet have gotten themselves control. In comes the rear guard, but he's cleaned out Channy on the Winston. Timed it a little bit too slow there, coming back in, and the checkpoint gets reached by the payload, and we're into the third and final stage of the map.
As we usually see, with 6 minutes, so Untitled should get this. There's not really much of a reason why they wouldn't do it. 6 minutes to go.
Rossi looking to come in, he leads from the front again, gets his charge on, gets one pin. Great work over there, but the kill stream all in favor right now of the defenders. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is another counter push coming through. Really well done. Break that counter push down for us, if you will, bobbyJ.
Yeah, they just timed it. Very, very good. And Chapos just held his ground there, not moving an inch, and they just picked apart. Just picked them apart. And using their positioning very well there.
Great use of the shields from both the Winston. Oh, just as the shields go down, the Reinhardt ult leads the charge again. A heal gets dropped down, and just like that, we've got an almost team wipe coming through from Untitled Spreadsheet. A successful push there, and it all happened so fast. Mix05, that was huge.
Yeah, GMB just going off. I mean, everyone in Twitch chat's spamming his name, so he must be good. Nah, I've played against these guys before, and I definitely know GMB's aim is top tier.
Alright, well maybe give him some first person love when he respawns and gets himself back into the fray. It's a good time to do it because he'll have his high noon as well. Oh, here comes Rot. We might not actually see it because they've got the payload. What is Elmo doing? Hiding underneath the payload. The Zarya ult comes through. They're sticking around, and finally Tainted Minds, well, they almost got cleared away, but they've come back, and the Chapo's DVA makes an appearance again. He absolutely loves bringing it through. Huge res, triple res coming through from Untitled Spreadsheet, but it's not enough. They've been driven back right now. GNB is back in the fray. He's dropping the hammer, gets Chapo down, and well, he pops the flashbang down. Didn't really need to because they've completed the round. We switched to him at just a little bit too late. 6 minutes is what it took for Untitled Spreadsheet to successfully complete their attack.
Oh, there's Mosh. This is going to be that huge ult Chrisis right there in the... sacking them.
Great play from Mosh, and one of the highlights. So let's just sort out these very quickly, and then we'll be into the return round with Untitled Spreadsheet on defense.
Let's see, 6 minutes. Pretty good time. Do you think that's a good time, Mick?
Yeah, no, 6 minutes is a good time. It was really all about Razars at the first point, and then Mosh at the second, the streets, and then it was all GMB at the end, that last boiler room, or whatever the name is for that last section, the Z-bend. He just, 2 ults, he got 4 or 5 kills, both ults. It was just ridiculous.
It comes down to that first point, that it got capped so quickly, and it's got through to the choke point. And maneuver through that. That's probably going to be where it's all at in this next round.
Well, we saw that the success of Tainted Minds on King's Row against the Cheifs was built on how long they were able to hold that first point before the payload even got moving. So that was crucial for Untitled Spreadsheet to overcome, and they did, thanks to an MVP play just about from Raz's on the Widowmaker. Well, here we are in the return. So the score right now, 1-0 in favor of Untitled. They've set a time of 6 minutes. Tainted Mind can earn a point by successfully completing their attack. They can earn a second point if and only if they beat Untitled Spreadsheet's time of 6 minutes.
Here's we got Cheifs on the Roadhog. Gonna hook me some feelings with that bad boy right there. Some Roadhog.
Loving the skin as well. It's like a troll. You know those troll toys that you got? If you would just stand still for a moment, maybe do an emote. But now he's bouncing around.
That's a long time ago.
Oh man,
A long time ago.
Is that a dad joke, Chrisis?
It probably is. I mean, I just have to go check to see if my girlfriend's suddenly pregnant. Alrighty, so here we go for the first attack coming through. Can Tainted Minds? Should I mute the screen for a moment? Here comes Tainted Minds. The reply attack. Oh, Mosh! He was trying to get his charge on, but he was stopped dead in his tracks. D-Field coming out huge with a triple, man, that is a massive attack coming through from Tainted Minds. Razes is the last man standing. He's on the Reaper. Is he going to be able to hold him off for just long enough to prevent the point from being capped? There comes the timer now. The rush through. No, they're not going to rush through. Mosh gets there, but he's pushed back in reply. Lloyd going huge on the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt.
All been quick takes. I think almost every team is like quick. No, there's one team that didn't do it straight away. There's only been one team on King's Row. I can't remember the game. I think it was in the quarterfinals. They didn't take it straight away. But every other team have taken it within the first minute.
Alright, we're going to follow GNB for a while, give him some first-person love as he checks behind him. I guess they're worried about that sneaky play that Afara might be able to put together. They're pushing forward, and as his team pushes forward, he's looking for the flank. And here we go, the ultis get popped. He's called the high noon. Oh, he's been spotted though. The Genji goes for him. He picks up 2 kills anyway. Elmo gets taken down, but not before he gets the ulti through. A good play there by GNB, but the boys in blue are still up. Raz's Mosh and GNB all together. Sorry, the boys in red, I meant, are still up. And the payload gets moving again, heading towards the T-junction.
Cheifs. It's just filthy. You're just sitting there on Roadhog. You can self here when you get healed from the payload. So difficult to take down. So since we've seen this rule change, so many interesting team comps that have come out, and we're seeing like the Cheifs were affected by it, so it's definitely changed the landscape this week.
Oh, Chapo's looking for a speculative hook just around the corner there, trying to catch somebody unawares as he runs ahead of the payload. Now he's back with the rest of his team. They're all sort of crouching as you do behind the Reinhardt's shield. But here comes the counter push from Untitled Spreadsheet. The ulties get swapped though. Lucio in combination with the Reinhardt ult from the Tainted Minds doing the business. Razza the last man standing, and he is cleaned up. Chapo, D-Field and Channy coming out big there, and we thought 6 minutes was fast. This is huge. This is desperation now coming through. Mosh himself coming with the DVA in response. It seemed to work before. He's trying it himself, perching up on top there. The res onto D-Field. That comes through. Razza's with a double kill though, and they might actually just be able to hold this off. Noid with a huge hammer to the face into Avril. But the push has been held back, bobbyJ.
Yeah, they switched to the Diva and the Tracer really quick, the Untitled Spreadsheet, so they could get back to the point, to the payload. So very, very, very good decision. It kept them in the game, and looks like they're going to reset. Actually, I was about to say reset, but Untitled Spreadsheet now have 4 ults up, so they're looking pretty good in this hold at the moment.
Yeah, and the Tracer gets swapped out again, so definitely a very quick reaction to that situation. Something, no doubt, that they've practiced. The ball that goes through, but the Reinhardt comes through. He picks up the first kill. Avril gets smacked down. That's a shield that's going to be going missing for the team. Huge res from the Mercy. Keeps the fight going. But right now it looks like red teams coming out on top. No, the counter push coming through. An excellent Lucio ult boosting everybody up and getting the defenders there. Oh, who got pushed off the edge there?
Wait, I can't even tell. I'm trying to I was gonna go I'm gonna go look down for it, and no, I just got nothing but this.
Alright, never mind. Never mind. What counts is that Untitled Spreadsheet have held on. The time ticking down. And unfortunately, my math's not good enough yet to say that with the timer at 5 minutes and 10 seconds, I can't tell. Oh, here comes the ulti from the Lucio. Gets everybody into the back line. D-Field looking to go huge. Calls up the high noon. And gets just the 1 kill, but he got a kill on the entrance going in. Razza's coming up huge though. The res reversing the fortunes though. Another charge coming through, but that's a Reinhardt that's going to be isolated. Nord getting chased by Avril right now. The payload still in this choke point, and once again the blue team coming out on top. Untitled Spreadsheet holding firm.
Yeah, it's just like one Reinhardt after the other. They're just going back and forth with them. And this is all one Reinhardt charge up one way and the other one charge backwards. It's just all over the place here. Like
the high noon comes from GNB. He's over on the sides.
Heroes never die.
Backing off as Channy the Reaper perfectly timed there. Takes down Channy the Reaper as he comes out of his ethereal form. And he's just cleaning up right now, circling around, getting elimination after elimination. It is the GNB show, ladies and gentlemen, here on GameStar TV. And with that, yet another push stopped by Untitled Minds. And Mick05, they got that first cap really, really quickly, got it through to this point, but man, have they been stopped dead in their tracks.
Yeah, it's like a death ball comp, it's not working for them, and they just keep trying different iterations of a death ball comp. I really would have liked to see something else happen.
Alright, here comes Noid again, leading the charge. He's at the point. He's got a couple of players there with him. We've got D-Field getting himself lined up. But, wow, there you go. He finally gets a kill. And they may well have actually cleared the point. Is it going to be enough? We've got Moshi getting knocked right off. An MVP play there, if I'd ever seen one, from God's World, stopping the charge and turning it around, sending him off the edge.
Oh, that mercy res
is there with the Reaper. Channy with a triple kill in the end there to secure, and they close out the map. What's the time though, and did they beat 6 minutes?
Very shortly as the Edgelord emote comes in. Here we go. Is this going to be the play at the end? No.
Oh, he cleaned up the Tracer, stopped the Tracer from coming through. The Tracer gets raised, and he's going to come through with his own ult. Picks up a quadra kill. out of that. A huge final play there. And the time set, though, 7 minutes and 6 seconds. So Untitled Spreadsheet gets the bonus point out of that. Tainted Minds just with a single point out of the round.
Reza's at the end, spinning me right around, baby. It's a good end, but not fast enough, unfortunately. And Untitled, looking good after the first round here. Kings Row is such an aggressive map. We've seen a lot of those maps tonight. We've seen Hollywood and Kings Row, very offensive-based maps. Be interesting to see what they're playing second here.
I felt like Channing took too long to swap off Genji off the end there. Like you saw his Reaper play, absolutely just brilliant ult. But also, it just felt like that he was doing a lot more on Reaper than Genji. He just, I don't know, he held on to Genji a bit too long. I think maybe because he was close to his ultimate, wanted to use it. Didn't even do anything with it. It was just, like if they'd swapped off Genji to Reaper a lot earlier, they might have beaten time. And I felt like that if they look back on the VODs or think about what they could have done better there at that last point, it was just getting off Genji.
All right, so we're waiting for the second map to start. Is it going to be Numbani? I think it may well be. A big shout out to Wolfie, who has been doing the admin duties all night in the background, doing a great job as well. We've had an exceptionally smooth evening that's been going through, and a lot of that has to do with what Wolfie's been doing in the background, picking up the baton from Byza, who carried us through the last 2 weeks. Byza with a bit of a night off and joining us for the grand final. What did you think of that match, that first map?
Look, from what we've seen in the first 2 weeks of Kings Row, the first points in taking for the defense and the attack usually takes around a couple minutes, and then through that middle, it's a little bit slow, but they get through really quickly, and then you have those pivotal points at the back there. But both teams living up to the hype of playing through Kings. I reckon it's one of the best maps to play on. Great one to start the grand final. I'm excited to see the next one, Numbani. This is also another map that can really set teams apart. And when you come to the end point, again, it's those clutch situations that are gonna get your team over the line.
Well, it is 2-1 in favor of Untitled Spreadsheet right now. It is a series of 5, of course. So we're going into the second of 5 rounds. And it's the first team to attain 6 points that wins. So that's all you really need to bear in mind as we count up the points. Whoever gets to 6 first is going to be the winner of the match. And Untitled Spreadsheet in that first round have set the scene. They've made their road just a little bit easier. But man, Tainted Minds, you don't beat the Cheifs without being stiff opposition. And so Untitled Spreadsheet will not be able to rest on their laurels going into this next game.
Prepare to attack.
Yeah, the Tainted Minds pretty good for a 12-seeded team, I must say.
I wonder, bobbyJ, like with the rule change that we've had in the last 2 weeks, where teams are being able to use double hero combinations and coming down to a single hero combination. Do you reckon that's made a big change on the way the strats are played for these maps?
Definitely, because the Cheifs, every build we saw for them, every strat had double characters, and you can see the difference now. Like they didn't look like the same team. But clearly, we're trying out different things, so I expect them to be a lot stronger next week. But we have seen them fall off, and that's like the biggest indication of the rule change.
Do you reckon it's been the best for the comp as it is, or taking it back a little backwards? I'm putting a hard question on you, Bobby, but
I reckon it's better because I think it's better because it forces teams to come up with different strategies. It's better diversity. That's just my opinion. Because it's like in a MOBA, because this is kind of like a mix of like a MOBA and FPS. There's elements from like a MOBA in it. So you can't like double up on champions in League of Legends or anything like that. So I enjoy seeing different characters. I don't like seeing the double ups. It's just entertaining from a viewer's standpoint. My opinion.
All right, so just some feedback from the Twitch chat. They're not sure of the format of the grand final. It's going to be 5 maps played, but the first to 6 points is the one who wins the victory. So you can do it in 3 maps, but yeah, maybe not, as the rush comes through with Untitled Spreadsheet on attack right now. They've come through on the balcony and stopped dead in their tracks. The Mercy dies, and that's going to make it very, very hard for them to maintain the push. Noid, oh, what on earth happened there? Noid got pulled by the Roadhog, and he flew right through the Roadhog because I think the Roadhog died as the chain came through. So that was a weird situation, the two of them dying together. But that's the first push, and a real rush push from Untitled getting stopped.
Ready for deployment.
Yeah, that's okay. Everyone will have their ults up soon. They really want the ult from the Roadhog and the Winston to push their team off the point and capture it. Here we go.
I'm claiming this objective.
So we're following Razaz right now. Oh, a great double kill, in fact, from Razaz. It stops the counter attack dead in its tracks, and well, it's Murder She Wrote there for the first defense. They're going to get that payload going in just a minute and a half of play.
Yeah, they're going to be able to keep up the aggression here, Chrisis, with a Mercy ult and a Winston ult still up on the offensive team on Untitled Spreadsheet. So it's very, very good for the push to continue. So look for them to keep the pressure up.
Oh, we've got a problem going on here right now. D-Field, as the Pharah, is stuck in the map, so he can't move. So somebody has to... Oh, there you go. He's managed to finally get himself loose. He was jumping up and down and trying to get himself going.
You scared me.
But he's finally gotten himself free of that and can join the attack, getting the spam going. We'll just stick with him for now. First to see if he goes up. Winston in the back line. Now the high noon gets called, and everybody hightails it out of there. Up into the air goes D-Field. Gets himself a little bit of a health back before heading back into the fray. They've gotten it moving though, bobbyJ. You want to break down what they did just there, because I was following Pharah going fishing.
They just went aggressive because they knew they had the Mercy ult up. So they just went aggressive and it paid off. They didn't even need to use the Mercy ult. So they had the Winston ult to push people around, but they just outplayed them there. That's just all it really was, and they weren't afraid to go aggressive because once again,
yeah. So the Mercy's gone headed on back to try and, well, was given the escort duties while everybody else pushed forward to get some harassment on the defenders as they came out. But Tainted Minds, not having any of that, they came out as a single force, and they've managed to drive Untitled Spreadsheet off of the point, and the payload now rolling backwards.
a little bit too aggressive there. A little bit too aggressive there, Chrisis, as they pushed around without the rest of the team around the corner, and they paid the price for it. They're funny again.
And in we go, the Aussies getting pops left, right and centre. A great res. Razaz is back up, and he hightails it, trying to get some distance and doing great work as he does. God's World trying to harass him, but kind of getting ignored. What is Razaz doing is in such close range right now. Now he gets a little bit of distance. Channy trying as the Genji to get some control over the point. But it is not to be, and a successful attack coming through from Untitled Spreadsheet, and they may actually be able to take it all the way to the end of the points, Bobby.
Yeah, JB was just huge there. He was just flanking around, getting shot off the shot. Look at him go down. He's still on fire. Filthy. He's about to get his high noon too. He might be able to finish this off. Here we go.
Well, he gets taken down just before the high noon comes up, and it's desperation straits right now for the boys on Untitled Spreadsheets. God's World, the last man standing. He's finally taken down, and the point gets capped. Untitled Spreadsheet will be very, well, they'll be reasonably pleased with that. 4:34, actually a really good time.
Good time. Oh no, Mosh. He's gonna lay the smack down with his ult. I'm telling you right now. He's swinging at air right now. But as he gets, right hard on right hard action. muscle on muscle. Here we go, he's just slapping the back line. He's just proving me wrong. No ultimate there. Just unrelenting force with that mallet.
He laid the ult down earlier and missed a couple, ran around, but Bobby, in that whole play there was at least a minute of insane action that could have gone either way. It was just Untitled Spreadsheet that had that last Mercy ult to bring players back into the match. Absolutely fantastic play from both teams. I like to see how it goes on the other side.
Elmo had very good positioning. No. Who's the Untitled Spreadsheet's Mercy? Whoever that was had beautiful positioning. They had the ult up for so long. So RQT had the ult up for so long there, Byza, and they just kept being aggressive because they knew even if they died, they could just be rezzed back, and they didn't need it until like near the last push.
Byza, are you actually speaking the game or are you watching on the stream?
No, I'm speccing the game.
Do you want to take over the play-by-play casting and I'll be able to focus a bit more on the camera work?
Ouch.
So,
no, seriously, because we're getting, I mean, Twitch is getting real antsy about me not going into first person, and they don't realize that I can't go into first person and do play-by-play because I can't see the action that's going on. So I'd love to be able to give them some first person, but it means that we need somebody else doing play-by-play. How do you feel?
I can give it a crack. Why not?
All right, give it a crack. It's the grand final, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Byza, to the play-by-play. Second round of 5. Take it away, man.
Well, I just chucked in the deep end where I love to do my best work. In fact, that's where my best work comes from, Chrisis. Shout out to bobbyJ sitting there with the analog class. I'll actually give you a little bit of more feel to play as well, mate. You can tease us with your antics and how we're going. But look, 20 seconds before they launch out of the doors, what do you reckon the boys of Tainted Minds can do here?
Well, I think they're just going to. I think Tainted Minds, they're going to have a good showing. I feel like the Bastion, they're going to sit on the payload with it. Have the payload moving with the Bastion on top. I think that's the plan. They have it shielded with the Reinhardt. They've got 2 healers, so he's going to have good healers. He's not going to have to worry about pressing his E. He can just firing at once. And Diva to knock people around and keep people off Bastion. So it's all about to protect the Bastion.
Out the door and very quickly through the house of apartments, and the hook comes, an absolute payload of action through there. And it looks like we've got the Reinhardt shield just blocked in a little bit of action all happening there. It's close quarters to go down, slam, dunk the frags all out, and that should be the first successful hold for the boys of Untitled Spreadsheet. Nicely done there. It's an interesting strat to come through the house. It's generally where they like to work it.
Yeah, they do like going through those close quarters, but it's once again, it's very hard to get through if the enemy knows you're coming, and they get the first shot on you, and especially with the Roadhog there, nice little area where he can just book down that narrow hole.
We're looking at Elmo's with the ulti, the Mercy res. It'll be interesting to see how they play this now. Just playing that house. There's the Bastion Love with the spray. A little bit of a shield in the paint out once again. Where is the Mercy? Mercy was swapped out. Interesting. He went down and swapped it out, so the ult wasn't used. And they're trying to get back on the side. An absolutely clearance here from the boys in the red team.
Yeah, that's Bastion ult. And he was sitting inside the Winston shield Byza with a Bastion ult. That was absolutely filthy. As he sits on the payload.
They should get this. They should. They should really get it.
See, look at this. Bastion's going to sit on the payload. After they I haven't got it yet. I'm ahead of myself.
Oh, Untitled. Just continuing to put the pressure on. They don't want to let this go. I suppose seconds are valuable, and you don't want to let them go. GMB's coming around with Lucio, holding on.
Yeah,
he's still holding on. They've got it. Well, I think that was a successful little bit of a hold off there, and just holding the boys of Tainted Mind back a little bit. I think this might be a pivotal play come the end game.
Yeah, this is a really nice strategy. I like it. We haven't seen this today. Protect the Bastion, sitting on the payload. Got the damage increase on it. Reinhardt shield. Got some 2 healers on their team.
They have to move really quickly through this point, don't they?
Yeah, they got to move pretty quick. They don't want to get caught with the pipe up against these balconies with snipers shooting at them. So the Widow's definitely going to have to try and get on that Bastion.
David's gone right up. So is the Winston there. David with a massive ult. doesn't manage to pick anything up. In fact, more of a distraction as that payload continues to roll through with the little setup that they've got going there. I wonder if they start to clean it out. They don't see they're coming around the back. Everyone off the payload. And the massive ult there from the bash. See if they can pick up a couple. They do. They clean it out. Successful hold. Absolutely massive stuff right there. bobbyJ, well, we saw a flank coming from the back, and they were very quickly onto it.
Yeah, we saw the Diva, or sorry, not the Diva, he's a Reinhardt now. We saw them, like you were saying, they were trying to hold on that waste of time so they could get the payload around that corner. And then the Bastion just had the ult up and was getting healed by the Mercy in the process. So beautiful, 450 HP and just destroying people.
Well, if I'm correct on my time, it's about 2 minutes for the boys of the Tainted Minds to work their magic and get themselves into the end. And there's a whole lot of smashing again. In fact, we're back at this pivotal point. This is exactly where Untitled Spreadsheet had the massive win and success through, but at the moment it looks like they're controlling, they're going down, and the boys here of Tainted are starting to control it. Oh, the bash ult coming out. Can he pick up a couple? He does the triple, and that is a complete wipe. And we're seeing the reversal. In fact, pretty much the same strategy, tactics coming from both sides right now.
That Bastion ult with the damage it creates is filthy. That is absolutely disgusting. It made me throw up my own mouth.
Mosh comes out, quickly spawn, does a bit of ulti damage, gets 2 frags in the process. Training returns as well, and that Winston does very well. The shields are out. A hook up in the air there was interesting, but they've cleared him out once again. An Untitled Spreadsheet, this is going to be challenged. And if I'm correct, this is 1 to the boys of Tainted Minds.
Okay, we'll try and see what the time is. What they say, 4:25. They said.
Play of the game.
4:34. Oh, is this one for 4:34? Awesome.
And geez, Christ, 1 second. That's all it took.
They've won the round, and they've beaten it in 4:25, 9 seconds faster than Untitled Spreadsheet. So that means
It's a free all.
that it's the scores are tied at 3-all.
This is the closest we've ever had at a grand final.
Means we go to another map, and exciting stuff, Chrisis. Look, you just see how strong the boys of Untitled Spreadsheet when they were attacking and on that payload, working that strat, especially in that last choke point in the corner, working the way into the last run. Dominant fields of play with Mercy ults and Bastion ults, along with the Winston ults coming from both teams. They just did the same strat to each other, just with a different couple of different players. But it seems defense is a lot harder to hold on that map. bobbyJ.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting that Bastion at all. They just seemed a little bit flat-footed when the Bastion would come around. They didn't really have an answer for protecting it. They just couldn't break through that. The heals through the wall. There's so many things protecting it. Diva could knock people away. Lucio could knock people away. Mercy could res. And then you got a Reinhardt shield and the Reinhardt ult. They just played that to a T, Byza.
We've got MO5 and special comments here. Are you still here with us, mate?
Yeah, I was just watching. That was the final form of the Death Ball, I think. It was 3 tanks and a Bastion. So I was a bit salty both teams didn't run Symmetra on defense. I'm not really sure what the mindset behind that was. I mean, they even ran the Torg like instead of the Symmetra.
Yep.
Don't value
for noobs like me. What does Symmetra add to that value in terms of lineup and defense?
the lasers, the slow, the damage, and the teleport. Really, like they successfully held the first push. Symmetra could probably build her ult in one push, depending on where she put her lasers. If she put them forward at the start, you can get your ult a little bit quicker. And teleport just reinforces the point so quick, and also you get the 25 shield on every player. It's a little bit of an advantage. It's not a massive advantage, but it definitely helps. But she's really critical for breaking through shields and also just getting that teleporter up and getting everyone back on the point that guy.
What's an interesting point you make, the teams on Dorado have decided to stick with the Mercy Lucio combo with their tanks as well. Bobby, take us away from the teams and the picks, and what do you reckon?
Well, we've got Tainted Minds here on the defense with Soldier 76, Lucio, Mercy, Junkrat, Reinhardt, and McCree. And on the offense, we have Untitled Spreadsheet with a Mercy, Widow, Reinhardt, McCree, Lucio, and Azaria.
It'll be interesting to see how the Junkrats play into this in terms of a defensive role, but they're moving this payload up with pretty much no resistance. Usually we see the teams play at the top of that cutout building. Now I've got to learn the names. I don't think there's competitive names as is for these sections and points, but they're going to leave it up to the point, bobbyJ.
Yeah, as you were mentioning that Junkrat, expect that Junkrat to bounce some grenades off the walls. Really good map to utilize Junkrat on. Some sneaky play where you can be away from the enemy and still do damage.
Well, this is interesting. Tainted Minds have pushed right on to Untitled Spreadsheet, just holding them back. I think they had a frag in that composition as well. And now they're going back into the defensive mode. Interesting play there. bobbyJ, what do you reckon?
Well, they're just having action now, so we'll skip my opinion.
They're going heavy, and frags are coming out. They're wrapping around to the stairs at the top. There's a big res right there, just to hold Tainted Minds in the back off, and they have to go. Chaining the last one left, it's going to get nailed by Mosh, and big thing by Mosh. I'm running out of words, bobbyJ, but he's got his triple on the board. He continues to follow the frags as well, hunting down. So the first payload run checkpoint is completed at 6 minutes and 24 mark. The doors will open, and they'll look to push through very quickly.
And Mosh is coming up big for his team. Just swinging around with a Mercy topping off his health while damage increasing that McCree and the Widow able to pick off people on the back line. So Razaz right now is already pushed up into front.
He's got the Reinhardt shield just down in a little bit of weakness, so they've had to go back, let that charge back up. That's Cheifs there now heading back around with a lot of fire being spammed out his shield just to break it down. They're moving, creeping it up. It's all about a territory at this point, and how quickly you can move it. There is a high noon at play somewhere, but he's gone down, so he's quickly picked defensively. There's a nice ulti there with Chapo. He picks up the Reinhardt, smashes him into the wall, says goodnight Irene. As the Junkrat pops out as well.
Heroes never die.
But D-Field was the double there as well for the play. It looks like a nice little hold here from the boys of Tainted Minds, bobbyJ.
Yeah, big ult by Cheifs there, doing really well. Razaz was up in a really good position with the Widow up on the balcony way. Everyone wasn't looking at her, but I didn't know if it was the aim wasn't right or something. I don't know what happened where she just wasn't killing anyone.
GNB loaded up with a bit of power from the Mercy. Going to be held up as they head into this inside point. Maybe they're going to try and wrap and alter their sides to head straight onto the point. There is a breakdown coming in from the Lucio. A little bit of heals out as well. Teams have been spread here. Tainted Minds all over the place. It looks like they're getting picked off as well. Almost looking for the rest. He gets it. Brings everyone up, but it's probably at the wrong point. They're still going down. Mosh having a field day with it. Absolute massive. And there's an ult come down as well from Cheifs. He's looking to do some damage. He doesn't manage to get any at all. And there is a clean out by the boys. Untitled Spreadsheet, and they work themselves into this next point, Bobby.
Yeah, that res was huge. Cheifs did well to ult and to answer with an ult, but that res was too big. Too many people. You can't really do much on your own. There's too big five. Not really much you can say there. Maybe Cheifs could have saved his ult for the next push. May have been a better decision there.
Deep field with a dead eye, only person with an ulti. Everyone else is charging up. So in fact, Cheney's now come up on the point. So Tainted Minds should be able to hold at least one push and do this right and defensively. They're working around the corner here. Couple frags heading out, Lucio getting amongst it. And now that they're pushing them out back to this payload run, look at the dash. The Winston have a bit of a field day chasing down the frags. Marsha's still up and still smashing away. He has to head back just to clean out the back of this payload, but he's got all of them pushing on him, and he's going to get pushed. He goes down there, and there is a successful hold, as I called that, by Tainted Minds. But look, D-Field's still got his ult, and now Noid's got it as well. the big thing, RQT, the Mercy ult, is in play for Untitled Spreadsheet. This will be interesting next round.
Yeah, the Mercy now has the res, but Mosh went in huge, took down 3 people, but because he split off from his team, he wasn't able to protect them, and then the Mercy on Tainted Minds was able to get the res off.
Noid harassing the hell out of him as Cheifs works out. Mosh, that was interesting. Looks like he ulted, then let the other guy in Cheifs come back and ulti him back. The shield goes up. There's a couple working in play. A little bit of spray from Channy up the top of the soldier as well to hold it off, and this is looking like another hold from Tainted Minds. They continue to just defy the voice of Unlimited Spreadsheet from coming in, Bobby.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, it's going to be even harder now, Byza, with Elmo's Mercy having her ult back up, so it's going to be difficult. They need to bait it out somehow before they pop the GMB's High Noon Deadeye on McCree, so they've got Lucio, they've got ults up now, they've got a Zarya ult and a High Noon, so some big damage ults here, Byza.
Yeah, this will be the play to go, and they've decided to head themselves around the back here in the most hidden part, give them some coverage as well. That shield can do a bit of damage, so this is the most point now. They do the pump up volume onto the point. There's a Zarya in play as well, so some damage to be dealt, and it's working around. Still plenty of players left.
There we go.
For Untitled Spreadsheet, the Mercy Reserve has come up for Tainted Minds, and players all over the shop just battling each other. And there it is. That's what we're looking for. Untitled Spreadsheet fully rezzed up. Mush is down, so the tank there, but it's hitting this payload site, and they're wanting to try and get it. The clear out's coming. Noid's the last one left. Big play. They're going to get this, Bobby.
Yeah, they baited out. They baited out that Mercy. They needed that Mercy res from Elmo. They were waiting for it. They had the Reaper ult ready, so they knew once that res was done, Reaper could get there near the payload, get them all grouped together, finish the game. Here we go. This is Elmo's big res towards the end.
Till Valhalla.
They had the 4 ults already, and especially the Mercy ult, and the way they played that, working around behind the back of the building with a protection, they baited out as much as they could, get the drop on the point where they dropped the Lucio ult as well, so they could move and pressure too much for Tainted Minds on that half. But I think they've got it within them to do the same thing they've done to Untitled Spreadsheet. I reckon we could see maybe a quicker time. Who knows?
Yeah, 6 minutes 43 is the time here, Byza, so still time to work with. It's a beatable time. We've seen teams do it a lot faster in previous weeks.
Well, being that the scores are leveled at the moment, 3 all on the points, this will just to get themselves an edge into the next match, which would be the decider. Well, potentially the decider, unless it got turned around and then the other results went the other way, then we had to have a tiebreaker come into that map. But what do you reckon? How they're going to take out this first point?
I think just all out aggression. I think a lot of teams feel
4-3 because it was 3-3 coming into this, and Untitled have just capped a point. So
yeah, it's 4-3 at the moment.
Yeah, 4-3. Yeah.
I think they just got to be aggressive.
Much obliged.
They've got to beat that time because you get held up on the end so long on that corner part, and as time ticks away and it goes away, you get more and more pressure, and people get more frustrated with each other, and people may start going in one by one as they get frustrated. So you want to get through here as quick as possible.
Tainted Minds on the attack. You have to work this payload through these points, and we're seeing and looking at the Untitled Spreadsheet set up on that high point, which is what we see with a lot of teams in composition with a Junkrat and a Widow in the process. So, and we're talking about the Zetras. Jeez, did I say that right? Let me go to
Symmetra.
Symmetra. There you go. There is a Symmetra in place, so there could possibly be a lot of turrets sitting around in those corners, just being really annoying. So it'll be interesting to see how Tainted Minds work this. They're now sitting on this payload. They come out the door, Noid with the shield. They're going to try and play this out and get as close as possible. Chaney's going to go around the back, so going to be looking a little bit of work in about a minute or so. It's going to be interesting because the one thing I saw on their composition is the fact that they've got a Mei, and we usually don't see that in competitive play.
Yeah, we talked about it with Jim last week, and he said that the Mei's just really vulnerable. But as we see different compositions now, as they get ready to fight,
there's Cheney with the anal. Oh, absolutely goes through, cuts through, and slices a couple up.
Heroes never die.
Manages to pick them up. The heroes never die as quickly raised. Jeez, it didn't take too long, and they just hold that point for now. And Tainted Minds just have to back off. Good little start. I think if we have to go comparison to the other round, that's a 1-for-1 trade. The boys' Untitled Spreadsheet didn't get through on the first go, bobbyJ.
No, and Mick, I've got a question for you. As at the start, they're all holding up on that balcony, where the payload was. How come no one goes underneath that tunnel? Is that tunnel on the stairs and come up behind? How come no one goes underneath that tunnel and just come up
Behind them? Because it's just you're too split, that's all.
Action happening here, just in front of the car at the payload point. It's all over the place. It looks like the Reinhardt's are dealing some damage. D-Field on the McCree does well to get a couple. The Mercy revive again, just holding it out. Still on, but and it's still moving to a chance. Tainted Minds, they want to continue this go. GMB is up and looking for a bit of damage. Gets the 2-shot double on. Managed to clear out, but Nine is working his magic gen. Wow, DNB gets rezzed and takes a triple. Big play by him.
I don't want to harp on about this teleporter play, but the teleporter saved the game. They're just saying, you know, thanks for bringing it out.
You've been waiting all night for that, man.
All night, man. All night to say that.
I reckon he was listening to you and he's just done a bit of a troll for you.
There's a Mosh. Oh, they've got some ults up, GMB, Mosh. Both got their ults up here on the defense.
They do, but so does Tainted Minds. They've got 4 in the line. D-Field, he'll be looking to be damaging. As soon as this wall breaks down, they're going to go hit it up. And now they are on that. It's backing up everyone. It's down there. Oh, it's a Riptide. That's a big one. A double. But that's just only one. The Mosh picks up a couple as well. There's a res there, but it's not in the great points for Tainted Minds. And once again, they're all going down to Untitled Spreadsheet, and they do so well right there. The Junkrat ult was just probably, although it didn't take many out, it just put a lot of them off bobbyJ.
Yeah, I agree. It's even if it doesn't take out many people, it's still a giant threat, and it can displace an enemy team, making it easier for, as we saw, the defense to clean them up and take control of the position.
Tainted Minds, well, they're looking like struggling a little bit in this point. Dare say they're behind in time as a ulti comes out there. That's D-Field. It goes straight down, doesn't manage to connect anything, but hey, holy mollies, cleans up, and look at this Untitled Spreadsheet, just clean it out again.
Never die.
And even just a rub, injury, insult. They do a res when there's no one around.
Just for the lols. Gotta make use of it at some point, I guess. They've just been chilling here for a good solid few minutes. Only 1 minute 10 left on the clock, Byza.
What are they gonna do? Do they go inside, flank around, or do they continue to push it to stroke point?
The big 0-5 question.
Well, it's probably a little too late to mix things up in terms of having your own sniper, but I don't know. Well, let's just see how it goes.
They're hitting this point again. The Frags has been traded at the moment. They're down 1 player, so it's still 6 strong, but Untitled. And they're continuing to hold on. Just wrapping around here. Chapos trying to do anything. There's a nice little ulti there. And the Reinhardt as well. Action flying back and forth. They should get this. They're working to it, but Mosh is just holding that point. Being absolutely annoying on the car. And now they're cleaning out D-Field. Oh, he does! Massive free down. And it's the McCree's face off here. They managed to pick it up. D-Field, was that a clean out, Bobby?
Yeah, that was an absolute clean out. Unlucky for Mosh though. He was doing fantastic with his shield, but just not good enough. They just swarmed them. Just relenting pressure. And as we go here for 3 minutes left now, they've earned themselves some time. So let's get a double check with Chrisis here. How much left do we have on the clock?
I think they're about 5 minutes into this already. Chrisis will double.
They got to beat 6:43. I have no idea how that relates to where they're at right now. Sorry.
I reckon they've got about a minute and a half to get through this point and the next, so they have to get it in one hit if they're going to be in contention winning this.
Oh no, it's going to be so hard though. When they get around to that corner at the end, right into the spawn, so hard. Expect to see some Divas and some Traces just spamming out of the spawn just to hold the payload there.
Do you reckon they can get it in 2.5? Get through this payload and get through the end as well? At least get a point and be contesting?
They can definitely get through this point. It's just the last
Till
one.
Valhalla.
It's gonna be very questionable.
Well, the scoreline's 4-3 at the moment in the favour of Untitled Spreadsheet. The attack is happening here in the corner, and Cheifs absolutely going large, just throwing everyone everywhere. And the clean out from Tainted Minds does well, and that is what they wanted as they continue to move this load up to the point. I think Untitled are just going to let this come through and leave it to the last bobbyJ.
Yeah, good work there, as they don't have much time left. Cheifs, oh no, sorry, not Cheifs. Noid on his run out's just been sensational. Oh, here we go. Engage
Well, they came out to contest it, and then they realised they were way too close. Now they're pushing right up. This is interesting. They're not going as a team. They want to catch them off guard. Maybe just dealing a bit of damage as well is the way they want to go. And Mercy comes out. Untitled Spreadsheet to bring them all back and just continue the pressure. But G and Base having a field day with a frag. We're going to get a point on how many frags he's got for the match, because he's going large at the moment. They managed to hold here Untitled and continue to put the pressure on this point. But teams are still... Well, it's just smart there, Bobby, in the boys of Tainted Minds. They saw that the pressure was coming from Untitled and they just backed off just to gather the bot for a second.
Yeah, it's, I don't think they have much longer left though, Byza. I think it's just about a minute left. Confirm that. It's like there's just absolute chaos.
Didn't matter. I think he managed to pick up one, but got smacked out of the way by a Winston ulti. Now they continue to push this point and move it quickly as the Untitled Spreadsheet clean out. The House Dukefield's still there, now wraps around. Chaining gets dragged, looking nicely on that. Shields are there for the Reinhardts, both contesting. Lucia as well. Hook, massive from Cheifs. They're working here, but they're not going to get this, are they?
No, the time's already gone. It's, I think it's been gone by about a minute now. So, unlucky. It looks like even if they do 2 points to Untitled Spreadsheet here.
Yeah, so it would be a 5-3 scoreline going to the play now, and it can potentially be the 5-4 if the boys can take it to the Minds, roll this car just another 10 meters onto the point. But here comes Untitled. They come out and they're starting to clean out the boys of Tainted Minds. No ultis in their line as well. There is a Deadeye somewhere. That's GMB. Can he clean up? He doesn't. In fact, he gets one in the process. Loses it all. They're pushing the point now. A minute and 30 seconds. There's a res there coming from Tainted Minds just to keep the play in it. And there's a nice ulti going down. A couple points there from Noid.
They may hold on here, Byza.
RQT and Untitled, and they hold the point here, right on the edge there.
Beautiful mercenaries. Playing up. They didn't even need to switch to Diva or a Tracer. They didn't even worry about it. They just held on. I thought they were like, they're going to be in trouble and the Divas were going to come out. But nope, still like a minute to go. No ults, only one ult up, only Reinhardt ult, so we're going to have to make do with that in the last minute or so.
It's crucial that Tainted Minds pick this up so they stay within the game, and they can at least give a point come the next map as they work into this. There's a whole lot of action right on that point, and Untitled Spreadsheet seems to be holding. The players going down, the Mercy's down, so there's going to be no quick res. They're just going to keep working at this, but too many players have gone down.
Where you going?
For Tainted Minds. And you can clearly see that there's chasing the frags as well, so I think I'm going to call this Untitled Spreadsheet will take this map 2-0.
Yeah, GMB, too huge. Such close quarter combat, that's where he prevails. And just has none of it there. Just flash banging in the face, fanning the hammer. Typical McCree business. And got to give a shout out to refs as well as he gets charged. But he did sensational there. Just jumping around, not taking much damage, electrocuting people, and just really doing wonders for the team.
Well, the points contested is a revive for Untitled Spreadsheet So this is a chance here for Tainted Minds to pick it up right in the end game. They're working it, but Refs has been a 9 behind, trying to get on the Lucio. They're up the player count right now, and they've got this. Unless they can get this, Refs has continued to be annoying. GNB, I don't know where he is. He's hiding in the background somewhere, and they managed to get it across the line right in the overtime period. We did not see that coming. We thought that was a clean out. GG Byza in terms of the call. Don't count them out right to the end. They do pick up a point, but
Caster's curse.
Yeah. What do we reckon, DMV, eh?
Yeah, really. Probably the MVP of the game. He is just absolutely run around causing chaos, just fanning the hammer. Look at him, just right clicks for days.
Oh, how could you let someone run around like that? It's just take the Mercy out, take the Reinhardt out. They've got to keep a tab on GMB. He absolutely went large.
Yeah. He is the man to hold down, but the fastest in the West, they call him. The fastest drawer in the West.
Well, the scoreline, correct me if I'm wrong, Chrisis, it is 5-4 as we head into possibly the deciding map. Now, because the teams are so close, it could be a drawn out map, and then we could go into the overtime map in Legion Tower.
Ooh, Legion Tower.
So, but what is the next map up? I'm not sure. I don't have the draft up.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like Route 66 or something. Route 66, possibly.
It's Legion Tower.
So the point situation as we stand is 5-4 in favor of Untitled Spreadsheet. So Untitled Spreadsheet can hit 6 with either just getting an attack right or a successful defense. Either way, they get to 6. It's going to be up to Tainted Minds to get maximum points. In other words, they have to complete their attack, and they've got to. In fact, it's Legion Tower, so it's a mini 3v BO3 anyway.
Yep.
So they played exceedingly well in the King of the Hill map against the Cheifs. So this might actually play to their strengths, and they may be able to get the equalizer. So we might need to go to the 5th game, but a 2-0 for Tainted Minds would pip the post and put Untitled into 2nd place.
Put it this way, Tainted have to win this first map on Legion Tower. They have to win the first one if they're going to have a chance at finishing this off. At the moment, the match point is in favour of the Untitled Spreadsheet. So if they win the first point, GG's all around. But Chrisis, we do have the potential to have a drawn map when it goes 2-1.
No. If they win the first point, they've got to play out the whole map. So if Untitled Spreadsheet wins the first point, but they'll move on to 6 points, but Tainted Minds could still win the next 2.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And equalize, and then we go into the 5th game.
Face palm. Good chat, give me some face palms right now, because Byza clearly not listening to Chrisis.
It's the point system. We'll all get used to it. I mean, this is only the 2nd week that we've had the point system in place, and I think, in my mind, it's kind of settling down and it's starting to make sense now. And hopefully it is for our viewers out there.
Look, I actually think it's a pretty cool points.
How about that, mate?
System in being King Hill.
You're having some mic troubles, mate.
And bobbyJ, mate.
You're having some mic troubles, Byza.
Alright, so I'll jump in as Byza sorts out his lag issues. Straight onto the point goes Untitled Spreadsheet. They want to get themselves in position for as soon as it's as possible to start capping. But the fight has moved into the server room with the column getting in everybody's way. Raz is coming up big with a double kill, and GNB following up himself with one of his own. Refs on the Zarya getting a kill too, rounding things out really, and Untitled Spreadsheet in command, capping the first point. Byza, hopefully you're back.
I think someone's spamming in Discord and just lagged me out. GG lag.
I got a question for all you GMB fans. What is he going to do when McCree gets nerfed? I haven't seen him play anyone else.
So it will be interesting. It might end up becoming a widow.
Let us know, Twitch chat. Let us know.
Then they'll probably get nerfed. Well, they're contesting the payload at the moment as it's counting out. Still Untitled Spreadsheet that's holding the control as the Mercy gets powered up. The McCree gets powered up as well. Doesn't pick up the frag. Raz, that's doing it for his team. Continuing to hold here. This is a very convincing hold as they push him right back to spawn, Bobby.
That's beast mode here. JMB is a freak. Dude, I need to start writing down things he does. And trying to mimic him so I can just pub stomp.
Well, they're halfway on the point, Bobby. They've got 4 ultimates plus a Mercy ult. I see them really going to 99 here as Zariel gets pulled out. The damage right there, cleaning out the whole team. I had no hope in hell trying to get that, and that was absolutely mashes. And mashes. I'll make my own bloody word as it is. There's still the 3 ults. We've got massive control of this. I think this might be game over.
It could be game over. But they still have a Reaper ult, so they're not out of it yet. And the Zaya ult's about to come up too. Same with the Lucio, so don't count them out yet.
They're working in now. There's a whole lot of frags going, and that's all it is. Just carnage. Chaney doing nice there. A triple. Here as revive comes out from Untitled Spreadsheet. There's a Zariel to cause maximum damage. Doesn't do much. It looks like we're going to an overtime contested point, but this is clearly going to be pushed out as D-Field can't get back on point in time. And that is the first round over. And that is the GGs.
No. Untitled gets the 6 point again, gets the 6, but it's not the first to 6. You got to play out the BO1.
Oh,
that's what I just explained.
I'm a noob.
So what happens now is Untitled go on to 6 points, but we've still got 2 points to play on Lijiang Tower, and so it's now backs against the wall for Tainted Minds. They have to win the next 2 points to force the tiebreaker.
Alright, it is all about Tainted Minds and how much they need to do. And they've worked themselves straight out into the point. They do not want to sacrifice this. And now they're just going to hold. There's a whole lot of carnage coming as both teams contest that point. Head back out. It's going to unlock in 5 seconds, bobbyJ. But it looks like Untitled Spreadsheet is just manhandled their way in there.
Yeah, that Zaya just going ham there.
Back in there. I thought they were actually going to wipe that out.
The Zaya shields with Lucio, they're pretty much almost got a mirror of each other at the moment, except minus Roadhog Winston switched them over. So Roadhog is just filthy. As soon as a Roadhog gets a hook, someone dies.
A hook into abyss. Yeah. I really want to see it.
Oh, there we go.
Gone straight into the point, Untitled Spreadsheet. Just wanted to put on maximum damage and try and contest as quickly as possible. The frag's going down. GMB with the 1, Chaney with a double. He seems to be going large on the Reaper, is enjoying it. There is a Winston ult smashing around. That goes down and the shields are out. But this looks like a clean out here from the boys of Untitled Spreadsheet. They're doing well to finish it off. GMB doubles up, but Elmo decides to get off the healing and do some fragging himself. Does nicely to do that, and we've still got a contention here. bobbyJ, this is massive at the moment.
That was beautifully synced there. And GMB still has his ult, Byza. GMB still has the ult, and same with the Reaper ult, so they can keep clearing the point. So they've got a good advantage here with a Lucio ult and a Zarya ult. They're looking very good right now.
Do we see GMB take on D-Build in a Dead-Eye competition? Wouldn't that be interesting?
Oh, big Zarya ult.
There's a hook there as well. Cheifs trying to work it as they're on the point. There's another one from the Reaper. Pulls out in time, gets 1 in the process. It's a handy one because it's the healer down, and they're controlling to continuing to hold this point. Untitled Spreadsheet. There's 1 on the point. Being God's word is just annoying the hell, but he goes down now, and Untitled just continue to hold that, build that percentage up, and really jump into the play of this game.
Yeah, they got to make use of the Mercy res here on the blue side. They got to get the Mercy. They got to go ham with the push people off with the Roadhog ult and just go ham with the Mercy res.
Well, there's a Winston ult being applied there, just knocking around the boys of Tainted Minds, and they're just having a little bit of trouble, but they just work themselves onto the Zarya is there. Chaney's in the line for a Reaper ult. Where the hell is he gone? He's used it. D-Field left. Comes out looking for it, but there's no one there, so that'll be a 50% back down. Should be a clearance, and Tainted Minds should gain the control. They do. They clean it out nicely. Cheney and D-Field working well.
But QT dropped. They couldn't do much. The healers were gone.
That's it. But it was interesting. D-Field and Cheney both had their ults and didn't use them to maximum capacity. Still, they managed to capture the points, so they did very well. They're 64% now, just working up a little bit. So by the time the boys Untitled Spreadsheet working here, it should be equaled out. Now they're contesting it and doing well. In fact, they're holding that back end and just staying in that corner. Whole lot of action going on. Cheifs doing nice work there, just to hold with the Roadhog. There is a Mercy ult somewhere. In fact, that Mercy ult's down. A couple hooks go off, and a nice hold by the boys of Tainted Minds there.
Yeah, they're in a really good position now too, because they've got 4 ults up too, so it's going to be interesting here in the last moments of play. No, no, the Sentinel's going to have to get on here, Byza. Nope.
Oh,
no.
Heroes never
it is.
die at will.
That is a clever little Zarya ult right there in the end, just to stop any quick movement onto the point and holds them off. Well, they go up to the 5th point. If you look on the scoreboard, still match point for the Blues of Untitled, but Tainted Minds, they're going to pick up this last one, and then we head into the overtime match.
Yeah. Oh, this is getting very interesting.
If they can hold the last one.
They've got to hold this last one.
I mean, Untitled have been on match points since completing that first round. So that's the first match point successfully defended by Untainted Minds, and this is now the second that they have to defend.
They take the battle out to the outside of the arena instead of contesting his points. It'll be interesting who gets there first. GMB's in the field of play, heads back, a couple frags going down. Sides are trading equally. Wonder when these ults are going to pop up. Cheney's looking good as well as Cheifs. They managed to put a bit more pressure on, but that point was being contested by Untitled, but they get taken down, and this is the first point cleared out to the Tainted Minds. A good start for this last map here, Bobby.
My ultimate is charging.
They definitely need to stay in control of this. This is do or die for them. So no ults up yet. So it's still anyone's taking. But
D-Field is close with the Deadeye. That would be interesting to see how they go. But GMB closely as well. So
GMB ults up now. Both Deadeyes ready to go, Byza.
There's a lot of congestion on this point right now. The shield there from the Winstons is holding that middle point. The res comes. Did not see how quickly that moved. There is a Bizarro. The boys have changed their minds. Can they work it out? There's another res coming on the Untitled Spreadsheet. Reaper decides to do a bit of work, but gets taken out in the middle of his ult. Oh no, the clears are coming. And Untitled, they look to be controlling, but there is a massive Roadhog coming out. He gets knocked out, and Zarya to complete the end here. And that is a great cap by Untitled Spreadsheet.
What beautiful Zarya ult. Oh. Not enough, Byza.
48% for the boys of Tainted Minds. They're going to get back on here and try to get themselves a little bit more percentage as it starts to climb from Untitled Spreadsheet. They put the control on straight down with the Lucio on. And they're going to go into this. There's a whole lot of carnage happening here in the corner. They back off to the back. What do we see? It's a Deadeye in play. That is GMB having a field day. Manages to get a triple off there as Noin picks up a couple with the Zarya. And there's a Heroes revived as well. So more carnage coming out. I can't keep up with this. This is a crazy round of action.
I'm surprised they held on because they used the Zarya ult spreadsheet, but just got no one. It was out in the courtyard, not even on the point. So they were very lucky. GMB went huge and picked up 2 people. Deadeye, so.
Tainted Minds cleaning a little bit out. They do get this side. what is that? Raz is coming in, so is Cesaria, but they get taken. Raz is still holding on the point. There's a Hero's Revive right in the middle of an ulti, but I think Raz got taken out as well. Still contesting the point. Untitled Spreadsheet continues to be a problem for Tainted. And now they get this point, cap it back out. 50%, and the Untitled Spreadsheet on the 68%, so this is dangerous. Do they push Bobby? Do they stay on point?
They should stay on point. Just stay on point. You've got Lucio there, so you can just push people as they come, so you can have one door really secure. And you've got a Roadhog ult to push them away, and you've got the Zarya ult to catch them as they come in, so they're looking really good here with Byza. Oh, here they go. This is Zarya ult.
Zarya's holding it up. There is a GNB ult coming, but he's managed to, he did pop it, but nothing happened with it. He's gone down the process. A big clearance. A massive wipe. Absolute dominant display there from Tainted Minds. They're doing well at the moment. 88%. This will come down to a congestion point overtime. They need to work this well, Bobby.
Yeah, they're definitely going to work this overtime. If they come already into the point,
they're working just outside the point here. A little bit of work on the Cheifs front. Another ult from the Raz. Not managing to get two this time, and if he stays alive, Cheifs does clean up as well on the other side of the Reaper Town. And holy moly, it's just a held out point. The second this map going to the voice of Tainted Minds, 2 points. And well, we didn't see it coming, but we're on a 6-6 scoreline.
It's Hanu. It's Hanu.
I wouldn't be surprised if it gets the next one, even if it's a losing team.
It's the same old Twitch chat positivity I can see. Keeping it nice and fresh.
Shout out to the Twitch chat, 149 strong. Been doing fantastic all night. Shout out to Jam Gaming as well. I believe Pulse is around having a little bit of fun as we head into late hours. What is it, 12:30 over the Eastern States? So late hour gaming at its finest as we head into the last. What is the last map, bobbyJ?
I have no clue. Oh, it's a Vols Industries by the looks of it.
So another King of the Hill.
Control. Capture.
Capture.
Assault, I think what you call it.
Gets
I reckon I'm done, boys. I reckon I'm on the way. I'm off.
You're on the way, mate.
You're falling asleep, mate.
Got work tomorrow. It was a good game though. D-Field's definitely, he's keeping up with GMB, but also Cheifs is really shutting down GMB. Saw him get a few hook kills on GMB that last game in all 3 rounds. So Cheifs doing the work on GMB, and D-Field's also playing a really good McCree as well. So yeah, I'll leave you boys with it. It's a good game, but it's just beating me. I'm too tired.
What do you reckon, Moz? Do you reckon the best combination for GMB to take to counter him is a Roadhog hook? Do you think that's the best way to be really trying to take him out of the game? Has he left already?
Whoa, rip.
Well, I mean that is the key. You know, if GNB is dominating, you have to neutralize him. So the troubling, the difficulty is that you don't really want to have to focus a damage dealer before the healer, and GNB is playing in such a way that they are forced to focus on him. And it's just playing into the hands of Untitled Spreadsheet, because if they don't kill, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they don't kill him, he wipes them out. If they do kill him first, 9 times out of 10, their mercy is so on point that he gets revived.
Yeah, and that's a great point you bring up there, Chrisis, is the fact that in any game, you want to take out the mercy. That's the first priority, to take out the healer so there's no resurrection, so you don't have to double up on kills. But when you got a player that's dominating and actually stopping you from getting to the mercy, it's like a double wipe you have to try and do. You have to try and take out the McCree, then you have to try and take out the mercy. but at that same time, you're focusing so much attention on them that the other players start to perform and get in your way, and you can't clear it. So at the end of the day, it becomes an ultimate strat when the McCree and Mercy are on fire.
All right, we're into the last map, ladies and gentlemen. 6 points each for both of these teams. Untitled Spreadsheet versus Tainted Minds, and our closest grand final to date. So it's not about who gets. They've got to win this whole map. So
A moment to enjoy some peace and
That's
quiet.
correct, Chrisis. They've got to get through. They've got to get the point, and on the time, that gives them the point. And then the return favour, they've got to beat that time. If they don't beat that time, that is the GGs, and that's the way it works. bobbyJ, mate, have a look at these team lineups. Tell me what you're thinking.
Let's get into it. So, there are no snipers on the attacking side, which is interesting. Interesting. So I assume they're just going to go ham. Expect the Winston to jump straight over onto the control point.
There will be a bit of pace there as well. And
Cheney
and Genji, that'll be interesting to see. He had a big game, the last one, doing very well, fragging for his team. So I do expect him to do a little bit of more work as this door opens up and the teams come out on the left side of field of play. They're going to work straight to the point. There'll be no congestion. We see this a lot by the teams. They rather hold the point than try and get to the choke point and head around the back and try and work onto it. They're not going to do any sneaky stuff. Cheney's actually come around. He's caught him off guard. Chapo's straight onto the Reinhardt. Cleans him out. That is a really good start strat there from Tainted Minds. And they continue to try and clean out the rest. Perhaps gets one. Echoing up the occasion. No ults in play, so they just need to plan it out. This could be a first cat, bobbyJ.
I think it's going to be. They're going to have to get that Winston down first. That Winston is just going crazy.
The Mercy's still up, and Mercy's managed was almost had the res. In fact, he did, and got nailed in the process.
That Widowmaker, Razel's is just doing work up there. No one was on the Widowmaker, just firing away at every person down the checkpoint.
We talked about Cheney coming out on the Genji and being sneaky. All the attention was focused on that wide point entry of the Reinhardt. Cheney came around behind a defensive wall of the Reinhardt, put him down in points, and that was the Reinhardt charge, which is go against the team's reset here, and Sud's got the point straight down to Winston to get behind and really put off this Reinhardt here. He doesn't know what to do, trying to keep up the shields, just keep his team going. The point is being contested, but there is a whole lot of carnage happening. An Untitled Spreadsheet. Chapos gets down the ult, but can't do any damage with it. The High Noon is out. D-Field looking to capitalize. Everyone backing off point. Maybe it's a clever little play. They regather here, but there's a clean out. In fact, yes, they got it. So a good play, a good positional play, and it just had to come down to a couple of ults.
Yeah, they synced them up nicely there, and the first point here is fairly easy. Most people cap this point. It's the last one that's a lot more difficult when it's so close to the spawn. So expect this one to be a lot more difficult.
Well, look, whenever I play this map, I struggle at this point. It is the hardest thing, but I know they can use Genjis to shift through around the back here, and I wonder if that's going to be the ploy. I don't know. Yes, they do. They go straight onto the point. There is a Reinhardt wall up in the way. Chapos. Is that a It's Chris's favorite hero, just dropping bombs on the sky. Nice little Mercy there coming up. GMB, the Soldier doing some work as well. Chapos
Farah still in the air.
That's it. That's the one that I was talking about. The Farah still doing damage. There's a couple of ollies going on the floor.
Oh my god, that Farah ult.
There is the clean out. Farah does enough to hold it off, and the boys here of Tainted Minds reset back.
Beautiful positioning by the Farah. They held that with Farah, pretty much Farah doing the work there. Picking off people one by one, moving along as they were just rotating in the air and then just building up the ult and landing it perfectly behind them.
Well, they tried the front strategy attack. What do you reckon's next?
Well, we can already see them grouping up around the right hand side, so...
Completely cutie for that.
Oh, they're already on here, Byza.
Oh, it's a big good by Cheifs. Can he capitalise and finish it off? He's certainly trying to do it. He does get Mosh out deep field there to help him out. They're getting really well on this, but there is GMB on the soldier and the healing coming from RQT. This is going to be the pivotal point. He now has his ult up, so he should be able to res as much as it's still holding here. A couple more hooks in play. Oh my goodness, Deepfield having a blinder on this point. Can they pick this up? They're still contesting. Mosh comes out to try and stop it. It is still action around the corner, and I think it's Hero after Hero trying to get here. The Heroes are raised, but last moment, cap point, just holding off.
With the spawn so close, they're just getting back. Oh, beautiful. Ult there by Noid.
Deadeye from Deepfield does nothing.
They're still just getting... They can get that Tracer. The Tracer's so... just dashing around. Oh, here we go. They've got it.
They've got it.
Well done. It's so hard though when the spawn is so close and the Tracers are just dashing out of the spawn.
4 minutes and 32 is the time to beat bobbyJ play of the game.
Oh, this is that beautiful fire ult we were talking about earlier. Just great positioning. As you can see, no one is even looking at over here. And as we wait for that right ult, see, as soon as it comes up, just right there in their face.
Yeah.
Nothing they can do about that one.
The fire ulti, the Chrisis' favourite little play he likes to play, but absolutely dominated that play and held it off in the end. I reckon we could have. They switched out the Farah, didn't they, for a Tracer to get back on point?
Yeah.
I think that, you know, yes, you're sacrificing speed to get back on point, but if you held a little bit better with the Farah, then they could have continued to push out that time.
All right, and 4 minutes 32 for Tainted Minds. Let's get an update on the score, Chrisis.
It's 7-6 right now to Tainted Minds. So Untitled can equalize by completing the round, but if they don't complete it faster than 4:32, Tainted Mind wins.
It's so much easier to understand it. Is whoever beats the clock wins the game. Don't worry about the points. Like whoever,
I was just
it's 6-all right now. Don't worry about any points. It's literally whoever beats the clock wins.
Yeah,
If they can beat it, they win. If they can't, then they don't. This is
practically
it's just a tie-break final.
Practically, the points are nullified. It is the best time over that line.
Welcome to GameStar TV, where the points don't matter.
It's funny we make a competition about points, but at the end they don't really count. Well, the boys start to come out and set themselves up here. Tainted Minds now on the defense, and it's all up to Untitled Spreadsheet. They're in the lead in this final series, in the grand final series, taking the first early couple maps, but Tainted Minds have done very well to get themselves back into it. Now they have the lead. They need to hold it, bobbyJ.
Ooh, we're seeing May. This is only the second time today we've seen May. So
I like this little setup they've got in that corner. That is looking dangerous.
Yeah, that's filthy. Absolutely filthy. Yeah. Oh, they got that. Do you think this May is going to delay them as long as she can over there? It's going to have a sneaky wall.
No, that's a mate. I'm spun out by the skin. Fantastic skins, I love it. Shout out to Overwatch. It's
So Chenny's going to be here, flashbanging anyone who gets close to try to flank them from behind.
Well, the wall hasn't come up, and they've noticed the May in the process has gone after it instead of going. In fact, now that it's all around it, and they're going around the back. So this is an interesting play. I think they saw the setup and where it was in the corner, and they're going to go straight to it. So it's going to be ham on ham. They're going to go hard at it. Noid counters, but here comes the slam down from Mosh. Takes out the Bastion. But it's a clean out, I believe, here. There's still two here. RQT now going to test the point with the Reinhardt. Mosh is going to hold it. They should be cleared off it now. The frag goes out and they're clean. So an easy hold. Well, not an easy hold, but a rather interesting hold there by the boys of Tainted Mind, bobbyJ.
Yeah, they went all in at the Bastion and kind of exposed themselves there. So they were able to clean up. They might have taken that Bastion, but they still had 5 members left to...
It was a good little counter by Untitled, because you expected Untitled to go into sight and get absolutely mauled down by the Bastion. and the power of what was on them. But they went completely around it.
You can see the blue, like they went to the right hand side where the May was. So the May kind of like baited them into the right hand side. There's still the blue in the corner.
Well, they're working it again, and this time Tainted Minds have set up to the other side just to get positional play, but there's continue to push and notify. Absolutely ulties, goes large chain, cleans up the McCree, and just another clean out by Tainted Minds, holding off Untitled Spreadsheet. This is some good time they're making up here.
He went flying off the map there. And I just love it, they're just moving as a unit with that Bastion. Just protecting the Bastion. Moving as one unit as like, because the Reinhardt will just charge in and knock people away when they get too close. So I'm really liking the setup here, by the way.
Well, at this point of game, the boys of Tainted Minds were moving through to the next point. So this will be interesting. If they don't move it very quickly, Untitled Spreadsheet, it's going to be very hard. We'll have to do a time check crisis when it gets close to that moment, but they're now working it. GMB opens up on the Mercy, so we'll clean it out. Does nicely, that has to get back and respawn. They should work on to the point now. Up high, Faris flying, he drops down. Cheifs, the freeze does well. There is a dead eye in the play as well. Nothing on play, and now they're on point, and it's an easy take because they work that straight out well. The boys at Tainted Minds were spread thin and untitled Spreadsheet did well just to pick him off there, bobbyJ.
Yeah, they've done fantastic with it's 3 minutes have passed, so they have another minute and 25, I believe. About a minute and a half to go, so they're going to have to make this quick because this is the most difficult part of the map, obviously. So they're going to have to come in as a unit and do what they can. Here they go, guys.
Right through the middle, there's a Reinhardt ult just working the play, but a massive clean out. The Mercy's gone as well. There was the ult Untitled, but they couldn't hold it. Red's just trying to get on point to be dangerous, but D-Field has a field day.
Do or die here.
Pardon the pun. Absolutely had a field day cleaning out the end. And do or die, like you said, this is the last point for the boys on Untitled. They need to go in together. GMB's just waiting for his teammates and they're going right in. Okay, this is interesting. The Reinhardt Mosh is right up there. He's putting the maybe a false sense of pressure on in terms of this, as everyone now starts to push in. Raz does the first, Revs gets the second, so it's a nice two, but it's equaled out, and there's a team revive there. I think that's a little bit too early. It still might be clean out. There's a dead eye in the process as well. It's cleaned out. GMB does well to get one. And now they're on point. It's going quickly. Cheifs just being an absolute ninja to try and hold it. They'll be switching up to Traces. In fact, they're going to get this.
This is going to be very close. This is going to be very close. I think they're going to get 5 seconds in it.
And just hold it for now. The Tracer is out.
They just need to keep coming in. They just need to keep coming in.
Have a look at this. The absolute beauty of an old
they've got it.
Sacrificial lamb. Went straight out, took out the...
They won by like 5 seconds. It was about 5 seconds.
What is the time? For...
Play of the game.
Oh, beautiful. Where he just charges along. Amazing. See you later, boys. See you later.
That was an amazing play, and they just come running to him, absolutely baited it into the laneway, and finished off well. Time was set for him to beat, and they've missed out by 5 seconds. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is Tainted Minds' win in this massive grand final. Gone the full hog, the full distance, bobbyJ.
Yeah, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. That's what it got to do. What an amazing grand final. 5 seconds in it. Couldn't ask for a better grand final.
Well, Untitled Spreadsheet, they've been there once. They've come for the second time in JAMSTAH week number 3, and they've been pipped out by 5 seconds at the end of a grand final. Congratulations to them, but a big shout out to the newcomers in Tainted Minds, and I still don't have their old team or who they were previous to the org pickup, but shout out to them, come through and take the big casheroos, a big 120 in the pocket for them. Massive play, massive games. What's your thoughts on the whole grand final there, bobbyJ?
I thought it was awesome, back and forth. Like the last few weeks, we've seen Cheifs just win 3-0 or just whatever the score is. We just saw Cheifs just crush people in the grand final, and it would always be over very fast. So we got to see a highly contested back and forth, went down to the wire, 5 seconds in it. We didn't even know who was going to win till the very end.
Well, I couldn't pick it. I wonder if Cheifs in the grand final, whether it would have been the same result or down to the wire. I think the best thing we're seeing here, bobbyJ, is the competition is continuing to improve and get a lot better. And I think the addition of the new rule tonight and being a single hero limit has definitely added some changes to the way teams play. And actually, I think it's made for a more exciting composition of play in terms of strats being pulled out by the teams.
Yeah, as Twitch chat is going off at the moment, and if anyone has any feedback they'd like to give us, I'll be sticking around. I don't know who else would be sticking around, but you're welcome to come into Discord and talk to us. We definitely want to keep improving on each week as JAMSTAH continues. And
hey, we got to pick an MVP.
Oh yeah, we do.
I'll leave it with you, Bobby. I think you got your favorite.
I'm going to go with. Man, dude, I don't even know. I was going to go Mosh, but he wasn't on the winning team, and I got in trouble before for picking an MVP not on the winning team. Mosh was like my favorite throughout.